Good evening, Wildcats, and welcome to this year's 2021 Boosterpalooza. This is an annual event. I've had the pleasure and honor to attend all of them in the 16 years that I've been superintendent here. And I just want to take a few minutes and encourage you to really use this evening as a chance for re-engagement with ETHS, a chance to really come together in this community, even this virtual way, so that we can remind ourselves that we are the ETHS family and that we really are here because of the students at Evanston Township High School. Boosters at Evanston are amazing. I've never experienced anything like this in any other school that I've been affiliated with. Because of our boosters, they raise significant funds every year in order to support student activities and fine and performing arts, athletics, all these enrichments that our students get because we can do the extras that other schools maybe are unable to do, and frankly, way beyond what students are able to experience in most high schools across the country. It's a big deal. So tonight, re-engage. Realize that we are all coming back, that we've opened the school, that our students are here after all of the things that have been going on with this pandemic. But also remember, we're here to support these kids. And everything you are willing to contribute this evening to help the boosters is going to help all the students at ETHS in some very significant ways. Thanks for being here. Thanks for caring. Thanks for being part of the Wildcat family. It's a great day to be a Wildcat.
Hi everyone, welcome to Boosterpalooza 2021. I'm Shanice Brown, one of 3 co-presidents, and I am the parent of a class of 2022 seniors, Serena Brown, and 2 others, Michaela, who's class of 2020, and Brody, who is a 6th grader at Haven.
And I'm Julie Kayan. I am one of the co-presidents as well of the Boosters this year. I have a sophomore at ETHS, Theo Kayan, and I have a recent 2021 graduate, Noah. Shanice, why don't we talk about how we got involved in the Boosters? Like for me, I know that I realized early on that the Boosters not only supports athletics at ETHS, but also clubs and activities and music and theater, which is really unusual for a booster club to do. I have one son that's super involved in marching band and another that did the Evanstonian, and I thought it was important to kind of be a part of that and do what I can to help promote and support and raise funds for it. What about you?
And very similar for me, my daughters are not athletes. They were involved more on the theater, fine arts side. So I thought it was, especially interesting that we're the only booster in the Central Suburban League that promotes both or all 3 athletics, fine arts, and clubs and activities. But in general, our mission is really to promote all Wildcats getting involved, supporting all extracurriculars. And as a volunteer-run organization, the fact that we give 100% of what we raise back to students in the form of allocations was exciting for me and a board that I wanted to be a part of. So Julie, wow, that was quite a year, 2020, 2021. Despite how resilient and how adaptable all the kids were and my own kids were through, that in-home experience, it just got hard and it got monotonous and it started to feel a bit tiresome and isolating. And so I'm so excited as a parent for them to be able to get back. It's really a big part of the ETHS experience, having the community and having connection. I think it makes your high school experience so rich.
I'm feeling really very similar and appreciating my kids having a place to go and the connection at the school through marching band and wrestling. Marching band actually last year did a lot of really bonding experiences online, but even more in person. They were able to do that last year. And this year, this summer, they had band camp and they had a performance just last Friday that we got to see the cumulative, everything come together, and it was so fun. And literally the joy on these kids' faces, it brought many parents to tears.
Boosters supports these kids in all of their talents, and so I'm ready to go see them.
Thank you so much for attending Boosterpalooza tonight. If you are able to help us meet our goal of raising $80,000 for our returning students, we invite you to make a gift by going to boosters2021.givesmart.com, or
you can use the text to give function by texting Boosters 2021 to 76278. All 100% of donated amounts go back to your students, so no gift is too small. We're all excited to be back in person and re-engage this fall. Thanks so much for coming, and now stay tuned for our Wild Kids faculty and staff.
Thanks, everybody.
Say your style of life's a drag, and that you must go other places. But just don't you feel too bad when you get fooled by smiling faces.
Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing.
'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out.
Hi ETHS Boosters and the Evanston community. Happy Boosterpalooza! My name's Nick Gale and I'm here from the Fine Arts Department to send a special thank you to everybody out there for all of your contributions and support over the past few years. Because of your generosity, we've been able to purchase things like lights, equipment, instruments, costumes, everything to support our student productions. If you've been to any of our events, you know we operate at such a high level and we provide our students an amazing experience, and it's all because of the support and help that we get from our Boosters organization. We're excited for a fall season. We've got our marching band and color guard up in full swing, ready for the football games to begin. We've got our theater shows and dance shows and choir groups starting to audition soon, so in a matter of weeks we're going to have an enormous amount of students all participating in the arts here at ETHS. I know not every school is as fortunate as we are here at ETHS to benefit from the support of a Boosters organization within a fine arts department. So thank you for all that you do and for honoring the interests and many talents and many skills of the art students, as well as you do all students here at ETHS. Happy Boosterpalooza. Go Wild Kids.
Don't you worry about it.
I'm gonna be late for Yamo.
Don't forget your mask.
I'm here for Yamo.
Did you do your pre-screening?
No, I didn't actually.
Put your head here, please.
Too cold. Too
You gotta
cold.
move closer, buddy.
Okay.
Too cold. Everything is so cold.
Look, I just came from outside.
Bring your ID.
First I brought my ID. Why would I not bring my ID? I didn't bring my ID.
No entry without ID.
So are you going up or? Oh hell no. Where am I? Finally.
I can't believe that I almost slept through Yamo opening night. But here's my prop and here's my costume, and I know that it's alright.
And I can't take the suspense. My crush is in the audience. Sit back, relax, and have no fear, 'cause Yamo will go on this year.
My girlfriend dumped me at tech rehearsal. It was really mean. She's in my company, but we still kiss in my favorite scene.
What could possibly go wrong? The lead's not ready for his song. COVID pushed us to the spring, and now no one can see our faces when we sing.
Places! Sorry. Oh, are you going to things again?
Yeah, just give me a ride, okay?
Okay.
See ya.
Alright, boys. Alright.
It's Yamo. It's Yamo. Here we go. Y-A-M-O. Yamo.
Hi, I'm John Rosenfeld, ETHS class of '85. Jesus, that can't be right, can it? Yeah, it is. Anyway, welcome to Boosterpalooza, the Lollapalooza of school fundraising events. I'm here in beautiful Amsterdam to tell you how the after-school activities at ETHS helped me make my dreams come true by starting the Boom Chicago Comedy Theater. The story starts freshman year. You know, to a freshman, the high school can seem huge and impersonal, scary even. Like every freshman, I had that moment where I went to the bathroom all by myself and cried into my hands. Right?
That was everyone, right? That wasn't just me? It was everyone?
I soon found a clique of fellow nerds as a member of the world-famous Mathletes. We were like athletes, but with math. Sophomore year, I discovered the thing that would change my life, Yamo, a comedy show written, directed, produced, and performed by students. I discovered that working hard and having fun with smart, funny people could actually be the same thing. Senior year, I even took on a leadership role as script co-chairman on the Yamo board. Hashtag humble brag. I worked with fellow students to write and produce Yamo 85.
Now, we didn't edit it down to a reasonable size, but we wrote it.
Fast forward to 1993. With fellow ETHS grad and Yamo alumnus Andrew Moskos, I came here to Amsterdam to make a comedy show. The city told us to stay home. They said it was a bad idea.
Seriously, they sent us a fax. After all, it was 1993.
But being mathletes taught us to be true to ourselves no matter what the rest of the world said, and no matter how many dates we didn't go on. So we leaned into the lessons we learned after school at ETHS. Teamwork, self-confidence, and self-reliance. And along with fellow ETHSers Ken Schafel, Greg Shapiro, and Lenley Curry, we wrote, directed, produced, and performed our own show. Sound familiar? Now, 28 years later, our theater is still going strong. We helped launch the careers of Seth Meyers, Jordan Peele, and Amber Ruffin, just to name a few. And I'm living my dream, writing and performing comedy far away from where kids annoy me by skateboarding in Fountain Square. So thanks, ETHS After School Activities, and thanks to you boosters for your support. From Amsterdam, go Kits! Is that still a thing? Was it ever a thing?
You bring an energy I've never felt before. Some kind of chemical that reaches through my core. Feels like as far as you and me, I've never had a choice. You feel like home. You're like the opposite of all of my mistakes. Tear down the biggest walls and put me in my place. I know that kind of comfortable you cannot replicate. You feel like home. So if you're asking me, say, oh, how do you know? I don't just feel it in my heart. Don't just feel it in my heart. No, I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. And I know when it cuts deep down through your chest into your soul, that's how you know. That's how I know. I feel it in my bones. And I know when it cuts deep down through your chest into your soul, that's how you know. That's how I know. I feel it in my bones. So many people just walk in and out your life. I trade a couple hundred just to get some time back, that's right. Cause for you and me, I got no alibi. You feel like home. Oh, so if you're asking me, saying, oh, how do you know? I don't just feel it in my heart. Don't just feel it in my heart. No, I feel it in my bones. Just into your soul, that's how you know. That's how I know. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Oh, that's how you know. That's how I know. So if you're asking me, say, boy, how do you know? I don't just feel it in my heart. Don't just feel it in my heart. No, I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Yeah, and I know when it cuts deep down through your chest into your soul, that's how you know. That's how I know. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones.
Hello, Boosters. I'm Matt Pupus, one of the band directors.
And I'm Haley Sullivan as well.
And on behalf of the ETHS Wildcat Marching Band, Jazz Program, and Band Program at large, we just wanted to say thank you for all of your support over the years. Let's make it a great year.
Thank you, Boosters.
I am a proud ETHS mom.
Hi, my name is Quinn Hughes, and I am class of 2021 ETHS alumni. The ETHS speech and debate team is, I think, most akin to a track team, where there's a series of different events and students can choose one event to focus on, or they can do a series of different events, and each event focuses on a different rhetorical platform, for lack of a better word. So there are speech events in which students choose a piece of poetry or a piece of a play or film and perform it either by themselves or with a partner. There are debate events in which students compete one-on-one with one another or two-on-two with one another. I think what I most valued about being on the team is that it felt like for a wide range of students, there was an opportunity for them to express their ideas and research things that they cared about at a really deep and nuanced level that was tailored to the individual. It didn't feel like it was a bunch of students with one singular focus, with one singular vision or passion. It was a lot of students with a lot of different ideas and a lot of ways that they were excited to engage with the world. And instead of being tied in a community with a bunch of people who liked arguing all the time, you were tied in a community with a bunch of kids who were really, really curious to find different and unique ways to explore the world.
What I learned in the 4 years that we were at ATHS is debate represented for our family so many of the ideas that people like us move to Evanston for. This idea of inclusion, this idea of ideas being shared, and people having different viewpoints and respecting them and kind of looking at things from many different angles. And why I appreciate that debate financially was for our family, we couldn't always afford all the trips Quinn went on. You know, there were years it was really a struggle. It was never a question. If they were going to Boston and Quinn was competing, if we only had half the fare or none of the fare, there wasn't an issue. We just said, we can't pay this time, and never got another email about it. And I think that debate really lived and walked the walk and was all about kind of looking at life today, and bringing in everybody to have that conversation, but supporting them emotionally and supporting them financially sometimes when it was necessary. And so I think you find debate to be one of the most diverse groups at ETHS because there was never a question, and you never had to fill out a form.
For me, I think one of the values that I find in debate is that there's often this image of debate kids with like, sitting behind a podium in a blue blazer in an assembly hall. And I think that really couldn't be further from the actual way that debate is executed. Especially when you're on the ETHS team, you're having really intentional and meaningful dialogues with students whose parents might be first-generation immigrants, or students who might not have been born in the United States, or students whose first language may not be English, or students who have moved here from another part of the country. And I think that is the real value of participating in the activity, at least for me, is that it showed me how to engage in dialogue with such a wide range of students that now as I go, I'm going to school in New York City where it can't get more diverse than that. I feel really, really thankful that I am confident without a shadow of doubt that I can have a conversation or I can engage and connect immediately with peers who are coming from all over the world. And so when I think about why debate is worth investing in is because every child deserves the opportunity to be in a space where they feel that their voice matters. And unfortunately, the classroom isn't that space for every single student. And I think that debate is really unique from other clubs, and having a flourishing debate team is really valuable because there's so many ways to express yourself, to learn, to share information, that each student has the opportunity to be listened to really intentionally, to have people hear what you have to say, think about it critically, and give you feedback at a really personal level as to what your words make them think about, what it makes them consider. And because there's so many perspectives that are being included in that, each student has an opportunity to participate in that process. That is where the true value lies. It's not just in being able to argue. It's not just being able to speak louder than another person. It's not about being able to beat another person with your ideas. It's that what platform allows you to articulate your thoughts, your ideas, your values more clearly. And because ETHS offers so much, students are able to do that in a way that matters most to them, and that's much more the emphasis than reading more Kant than someone else. And so I think that's where I find its value, and that's why I'm thankful for the boosters, for ETHS, for investing in students' voices and the opportunity for students to express themselves and be listened.
Yeah, we hope that you support boosters in general, because they're all amazing kids, whatever they're doing, and they all deserve support. And we hope that you support debate and kind of follow our kids, because what they're doing is pretty special.
Today's special is Evanston Soul Stew.
We sell so much of this stuff, people wonder what we put in it.
We're gonna tell you right now.
Give me about a half a teacup. Base.
Now I need a pound of fatback drums.
Now give me 4 tablespoons of boiling Evanston guitar. It's gonna taste alright.
Now just a little pinch of organ.
Now give me a half pint of corn.
Place on the burner, bring to a boil.
That's it. That's it. That's it right there.
Now eat well.
the 2021-2022 SHIP Board, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. My name is Joanna Tafoya. I'm a current senior at ETHS, and I'm the president of the club. I would like to aspire to be a civil engineer with a specialty in construction.
Hi, my name is Sophia Castro. I'm the vice president for this year. I'm a senior this year, and when I grow up, I would like to be a dentist.
Hi, my name is Will Marvey, and I'm a sophomore. I'm the treasurer for SHIP. I'd like to be a pharmacist when I grow up.
Hi, my name is Edward Medina. I'm a junior this year, and I'm social media chair for SHIP. And when I grow up, I want to be a mechanical engineer.
And I'm Mrs. Vasquez. I'm the ETHS post-secondary counselor and SHIP Junior Club sponsor. So why did you join SHIP Junior?
As a Latina who wants to pursue a career in the STEM field, I wanted to join SHIP to find a community that I could connect with, and that's what I found.
So what are your favorite things about SHIP Junior?
SHIP Junior to me is like a family that supports me in my dreams. I'm able to have a family that has the same dreams as me. They're all Latinos, and they all are, want to be someone in the world, and I just feel very supported in this club.
So can you or anyone speak about how COVID has impacted your high school experience?
Personally for me, the pandemic took a really big toll on my mental health, and just it made me realize a lot of things that I had no idea about before the pandemic life. Spending a whole year in my room doing homework from 8:30 or going to class from 8:30 to 3, and then doing homework afterwards made me reflect on what I want to be when I grow up, but it also really helped me grow up as a teenager, as a person.
Anything that you're looking forward to this year?
I'm excited for senior year, being able to get applications in, being in person, seeing people, having that communication that we missed on last year.
I'm excited to tour colleges this year.
I'm excited for the Regional Science Bowl that will hopefully be happening in the spring.
Excited for new SHIP members.
And then how has your involvement in SHIP Junior been able to support your future goals?
SHIP Junior has allowed me to find new networks, have a support from NU students, and ask questions about different careers, and has led me to choose a specific career that I want to pursue.
SHIP Junior has supported me in becoming a more curious person, and knowing that what I want to do when I grow up, I'm going to have the supports for it.
Thank you, Boosters. You have given us the privilege to not have to worry to fundraise for things such as shirts and our buzzers to practice, and have given us the opportunity to focus on practicing for the Regional Science Bowl.
Thank you, Boosters, for supporting us with t-shirts and by sending us to places like Detroit and Colorado, around the nation, just in hopes of supporting a group of high schoolers that are aspiring STEM leaders.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Diana Balitaan. I use they, them, or she, her pronouns, and I'm the community service coordinator. As the community service coordinator, I feel like I get involved in lots of different things, from the Asian Heritage Alliance to the LGBTQ and MENA Summit planning committees. But the main after school programs that I support are the Community Service Club, and the Community Service Club runs lots of different events here at school, from big fundraisers like Empty Bowl, to St. Baldrick's, and all of it is amazingly student-led and student-produced, which is awesome. And I'm also one of the club sponsors for the ETHS Emerge Leadership Program, where students, the first half of the year, we talk about many different things, from the history of Evanston to interrogating identity and knowing how it relates to service. And then the second half of the year, all of our students focus on issues that they have identified in our community and create a project around that, a project to make impact and make change in our ETHS and Evanston community. So one of my favorite things that we've done in the Community Service Club, especially this past year, all of our student leaders, they wanted to be They were really interested in doing lots of things last year, but knew that we couldn't because of the pandemic, because we weren't allowed to be in the building in the fall and so on. But they really put their thinking caps on and thought creatively of how can we make an impact on community and be in community with each other. So over the summer and even this summer, there are a couple of ETHS alumni who have been putting on a food drive outside. And in the fall, they had other things going on and couldn't continue that. And so our students here at ETHS and in the club decided they wanted to continue doing a type of food drive every Saturday or every other Saturday as often as they could. And it was such a powerful event to see students be able to organize themselves, direct traffic, get all these donations, and also pass out donations to people in the community. And something that I thought was really powerful is that they just had that drive to come to school on a Saturday and be in community with each other. Another club that I'm involved in and help sponsor is called the ETHS Emerge Leadership Program. And in that program, it's actually been in existence for 10 years. It runs all year long. And what we do is we meet every other week to talk about like leadership, to talk about service and how to get involved in the community. And then students, again, they meet, they decide on what issues they want to address and meet in small groups around that, make partnerships with other, adult leaders or student leaders in the community to collaborate on a project and really make a bigger impact. Thank you, Boosters, for your support throughout the years, and especially last year. Because of your support, we were able to really engage students and engage the community in addressing food insecurity, to get students involved in making art and blankets and cards for their community and so on. And I really hope that everyone will consider donating to Boosters so that we can continue doing really fun events and really community-centered events at our school. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Serena Brown, and I'm a senior at ETHS, and I'm the president of the Black Student Union. The ETHS Black Student Union is a student-led group for the Black students at ETHS to come together and have good experiences and work together to make ETHS a better place for its Black students. When I started the Black Student Union, it was just me and 4 other board members and maybe a handful of students, and the meetings were all held exclusively virtual because we did start it during the pandemic and we wanted to stay as safe as possible. But then now that we move into an in-person environment, we've had up to 20 people reach out and come to our meetings, and we're really excited to be able to meet in person and get together. Well, there's many groups at ETHS that really focus on diversity and focus on making the school more of an inclusive space. I think the Black Student Union is necessary because it comes from all Black students, it comes from our perspective, it comes from our experiences, and with that, we can make ETHS a better space for us. In addition to meeting up, we talk to different representatives about issues that we want to change and ameliorate in the schools. We talk with different Black professionals from the Evanston community and from the Chicagoland community about their professions and how they got into their professions and about getting past the systemic racism that they encounter along their path to success. We have pizza parties, we have game days, we just have a lot of fun, and it's a great space for students to connect. As a new club, we did have a fair amount of success virtually last year connecting, but in an in-person environment, it's totally new, it's totally different, and we could really use support of just getting the club off its feet, getting people to come to it. People might not even know about it, so getting people to come to that, and making it aware that we are a union and we are devoted to just really helping Black students feel comfortable in their space and feel comfortable in where they have to go to school every day. My hopes for the Black Student Union are that it survives beyond me. I am a senior at ETHS and I will be graduating in May of 2022. And I want the club to last. I want Black students in many years to come to just have a space where they feel safe, have a space where they feel heard, have a space where they feel like they can make real change. And so I really hope that with support, we can make that space and we can really get the Black Student Union off its feet and into a real club that people know about, so that in the years coming, we can really make sure that it thrives for all the students. We're looking forward to meeting in the fall, and we really look forward to the support we're going to get from the boosters and how that support will help just make a really big change on the Black Student Union and in the lives of all the students that the Black Student Union affects.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kapik. I'm the head coach of the ETHS mock trial team. I'm here with two of our great captains, Grace McGinley and Kitty Colt.
Hi, I'm Grace McGinley, and I am a senior at ETHS.
Hi, I'm Kitty Colton, and I'm also a senior at ETHS.
Members of the mock trial team act as lawyers and witnesses in an actual trial before a real judge and with an actual jury. The team develops the case over the course of the year, practicing, discussing, strategizing, and then in tournaments and in the state championship, we actually go up against other schools playing either the prosecution or the plaintiff and the defense in each tournament. Were there any mock trial tournaments that actually stand out in your mind?
Last tournament for state this year, we spent the entire night beforehand just going over a bunch of different things. We added a bunch of things last minute onto our case that we were going to present. And I think it was one of the best trials that we've ever presented.
How did we do at state this year?
We won.
There you go. This last year was particularly challenging. We didn't even know if we were going to have mock trial. Usually we meet in person twice a week, and the trials take place in actual courtrooms. But this year we couldn't do it that way. So for the first time ever, all the trials, all the competitions were virtual. How did that work for you guys? Was it a challenge?
I actually think that in the end, especially as it got to sort of crunch time with both our state and then eventually nationals competition, that doing it over Zoom was actually pretty beneficial because we could organize a last minute practice and just have everyone log on from their bedroom. And so we actually got to spend a lot more time face to face, well, camera to camera, collaborating this year than we would ordinarily.
Being on mock trial takes a lot of work and a lot of practice. Is there anything that you think you can take away from your experience on mock trial that'll help you in the future?
Well, I, for one, am not a great public speaker, but joining this club has definitely helped me with that. Being up there in front of everybody, in front of the jury, in front of a judge, really gives you a lot of confidence. And so I'm able to take that outside, use it in the classroom or in other settings, and just be able to speak without being so scared anymore. But it also, one of the good things about mock trial is like it teaches you to think on your feet very quickly. That's one of the best things about it. So I feel a lot more confident in my ability to do that after spending all this time doing that.
Well, we're back live this year. We'll be meeting in person and we'll have live tournaments again. What are you looking forward to?
So I'm looking forward to defending our title. And I'm also looking forward to just seeing everyone in person and being able to sort of have those, build that team chemistry, have the inside jokes, and just pass sticky notes during trial, and just all the little things that you sort of miss out on over the computer.
Thanks to the boosters, we've been able to take the whole team to the state championship every year. In fact, we've come in the top 8 teams for the last 10 years in a row, and we won last year. We won the state championship and came in 8th in the country. So thank you, boosters, for all you do for us. Thank you for all your donations. Everything you do goes to help the students and makes our year possible. We couldn't do it without you. And have a great night. Bye.
My name is Dave Finkel. I am the president and founder of Youth Technology Corps. Youth Technology Corps started in 1997. And started at ETHS in 2009. And what it does is quite quite phenomenal. In the program, YTC students first learn how to refurbish computers, which gives them a broad background and understanding. They're not techs yet, but they learn what's inside the box. And they do that with a purpose because YTC students donate the computers they refurbish. And in Evanston, they have done so first all over the community, and they've gone much further afield. So in 2019, they donated 10 laptops to a community and school in El Salvador. In 2016, 6 students brought 5 laptops to New Orleans and set up a number of things at both a church and a small charter school in New Orleans. So the concept is that you learn valuable skills by helping others. A second, we started about 5 years ago introducing robotics into the program. We have a full-fledged robotics program. The robotics program opened up all kinds of new avenues. We had done some teaching. We held a summer camp, but we also began to work with our partners in Durango. In 2018, by that time, we had a concept of what we were doing, and we had the series of labs and lessons that would take one through the basics, so they were ready, both in understanding electricity and how it works at the micro level, and going through all the different components that are almost always used in a robot. And we sent material to our partners in Durango, which are 2 school systems. And in 2018, for the first time, my students used Zoom to teach the robotics they had learned to the students in Durango in Spanish. One of the things that happened when the pandemic hit is we then turned to use that system. And by June, we offered a free virtual hands-on robotics camp for Evanston and Cicero, completely taught by high school and college students. This has so many different aspects of what students can do in this program. So you've got the computers and the robotics, and you're learning skills and knowledge. That's always first our goal. But the second part is that as you climb up the ladder, whether it's reaching out into the community yourself and arranging a donation of computers to an organization or a family in your community, or teaching robotics to another group. And there are so many different ways that the Boosters Club each year has helped. And what is significant, I know that their goal is to help the clubs of the school. But in doing so, they're not only helping the club, but they're helping the students in the club help the community. So it's a multiplier effect in terms of how much they've meant. And so we very excitedly support the Boosters in terms of what they are providing for the after-school activities at ETHS, but especially the activities of the YTC Club.
Welcome to the Wild Kid Baseball end of the season press conference. We're waiting on Hank Liss and Alex Vasquez to take the podium. When they do, we will get started. All right, Alex, first question for you. What did you think of your spring season from a team perspective?
Yeah, I felt like we had great team chemistry. Everyone worked really well together. We had lots of fun out there. It was just a great atmosphere with all the guys, everyone coming together. Just a really good time.
Hank, you came a long way from a sophomore to one of the top pitchers in the area. Talk to me about that development from first taking the field to winning a regional championship game against Loyola.
You know, when I first walked onto the field, I didn't expect to be that guy.
I wanted to put in my work, show everyone that I was the man.
Alex,
Right here, in the front.
You were seen as a heavy underdog entering the playoffs. What can you contribute your success to in that playoff run?
Playoff run late in the season. You really just dedicate everything to all the hard work you put in the off season, extra reps, morning hitting, night lifts, anything. Really just keeps you going strong and makes you make that run in the playoffs. So yeah. Mike.
Hank, you're a very well supported program by ETHS, specifically the Boosters program. Just in the last few years, they've helped us purchase cameras, video equipment, screens for practices, the hitting machines, all of these things that you use so that you could have the success that you just talked about. Can you talk about how important that is for a little bit?
The boosters, they're a big part of our success, from the hitting bubble to the heavy balls. They provide us all with all the necessities that we need, and they just go out there and help us so much, and we really appreciate it.
Hey,
question.
Kyle.
It seems like you had a ton of success this year, right? With the boosters kicking in for the Rapsodo system for next school year. I know that both of you have heard about how awesome that is, and very few schools have the opportunity to get something like that. But what are you looking forward to most, and do you think it will translate into us even having more success next year?
I think providing us with the Rapsodo is a really big treat. It shows you all the mechanical stuff that you're putting into it, all the numbers. It'll show you improvement, what you got to improve on, and it'll tell us a lot about yourself.
Very good. Alex, do you have anything to add?
I just really think that the numbers and statistics are becoming a bigger and bigger part of the game, and it's a great way to track growth, talking for pitchers, hitters, anything. It's just a great way to track how you've been and how you're doing, so yeah.
All right. Thanks for taking the time. They're done answering questions for today, everybody. Thanks for taking the time today, and good luck next year.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Hi, I'm Chris Levatino, Athletic Director at ETHS, entering my 16th year as AD. Happy to serve over 1,500 student athletes that participate in athletics each year across 35 different sports programs with over 100 teams. So last year was definitely difficult for our student athletes and for our coaches and for our department. We had to overcome a lot of obstacles, as everybody did, from guidelines to follow, scanning kids in for every single practice, masks, social distancing. It was a lot to manage. But I thought our student athletes were simply incredible throughout the entire process. I thought our coaches were incredible, and despite all the obstacles that we had to overcome, we were also extremely successful in competition. So it was a really, really exciting, successful year for us competitively. But again, more importantly, it was just a great opportunity for our kids to re-engage with each other and their coaches and just find some normalcy at the end of every day. So we just have a really great relationship with the ETHS Boosters, and they just do so much for our school, and especially in athletics. We're lucky that they man all the concession stands for basketball and football games. They sell spirit wear throughout the year. They run this incredible fundraiser every year, which brings so many people together, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody back again next year. And all of those events really help raise money and funds to support us and fine arts and clubs and activities for that special equipment that just sort of takes us from good to great. And each and every year, our coaches get the opportunity to request special items, and those items, everything from video technologies to performance enhancement equipment. That's really what moves the needle for our athletic programs when it comes to equipment and support. And we wouldn't have it without the boosters. So we're just very grateful for them.
Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
Hey guys, Coach said to remind your parents to go to Boosterpalooza.
Yeah, they sure give us a lot of stuff, don't they? What would a world be like without boosters? Coach, where's the diving board?
Where's the scoreboard?
Thank you, Boosters!
Over the last 15 years, the Boosters Club has contributed to over $100,000 in purchases at the pool. On behalf of ETHS Aquatics, thank you, Boosters, for all of your support.
My name is Kylie Starks, class of 2024. I'm varsity girls basketball. I want to thank Boosters for the new basketballs. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play basketball. I'm class of 2022.
And I'm Sophia. I'm class of 2023 and I play girls basketball.
We just want to say thank you for all of Boosters for supplying us with great gear and everything and for a great basketball year.
We're so grateful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zuri and I'm class of 2024.
Hi, I'm Tasia Banks and I'm class of 2023.
And we are on the girls varsity basketball team.
And we would like to thank Boosters for these awesome home and away jerseys.
I'm Ellie. I play girls basketball. I'm class of 2022. I'm Lulu. I'm a senior. I play girls basketball.
Thank you for all our great gear.
Thank you, Boosters.
Hi, my name is Maya Wallace, and I'm a senior class of 2022 at Evanston Township High School. I'm a part of the girls varsity basketball program, and I would like to thank the Boosters for donating money for new iPads so we could film our games and watch film.
The boys volleyball program would like to say thank you, Booster Club, for helping us purchase our Total Attack serving machine, which is an amazing tool during training and helping us reach our goals.
Thank you, Boosters, for supplying our athletic training room with all of our recovery equipment. It helps me and all of my teammates stay healthy throughout the season. Go Kids!
I'm Lily Pavlik. I'm on the varsity bowling team. I'm a sophomore and this is my second year bowling. On behalf of the rest of the bowling team, we would like to say thank you to the Boosters for all of the bowling equipment we got this year.
In the past 12 years, the Booster Club has donated not a single item we still don't use today in the boys basketball program. Your kindness is timeless. Thank you so much, ETHS Boosters.
Track and Field would like to thank Boosters for their contribution last spring to our program that allowed us to get 50 new hurdles, which helped us tremendously through our practices, being able to use the same equipment, same space, helped us tremendously with our other groups, the sprinters, jumpers, distance team, use those hurdles and plyometrics. It helped us during the CSL championship meet that we hosted. It allowed us to add an additional lane, an additional performer. It allowed us to effectively run the meet, take the hurdles down, get the hurdles up. But the most important thing it did for boys and girls track, along with our beautiful new blue track, is it helped us have 3 state champions. Girls 4x200 relay, and Khalil Johnson in 110 highs and 300 intermediate hurdles, something that hasn't been done here at Evanston since 1979 when Bob McGee did. And so, once again, Boosters, thank you for making an immediate impact on our total program and also our state champions. Thank you.
So I just want to thank you all for tuning in tonight to this virtual event. Thank you for being a part of this great fundraiser. And I just really hope you'll consider making a donation, whatever size, to support ETHS athletics, our clubs and activities, and our fine arts programs. All of your money goes, 100% of it goes to our programs directly. The volunteers of the boosters are just that, volunteers. There's no overhead expenses. And so when you make a dollar donation, you can understand that dollar is going directly to our kids. So we hope that you'll consider making that donation. I hope you've had a great time tonight. I hope you continue to have a great time, and maybe we'll see you in person tomorrow at Temperance. Thanks a lot, and have a great night.
What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens? What happens? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens? What happens? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she wears the crown? What happens when she moves her own body? What happens when she sets the beat? What happens when she bows to nobody? What happens when she stands on her own 2 feet? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens? What happens? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she wears the crown? Whoa, we rise above. Whoa, we lead with love. Whoa, we have won. We are one. We've just begun. Whoa, we rise above. Whoa, we lead with love. Whoa, we have won. We are one. We just begun. What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens? What happens? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens? What happens? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens when she won't back down? What happens when a woman takes power? What happens? What happens? What happens? What happens? What happens when she wears the crown?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Gallo, and I am a 1988 alum of ETHS, the parent of a freshman this year, and one of the co-chairs of this year's Boosterpalooza.
And I'm Steve Johnson, graduating 2 years before Elizabeth in 1986. And we have 3 children that finished at Evanston Township High School. The latest one just finished up last May. And I also am a chair for this year's Boosterpalooza. Well, I'd like this a little mini conversation off with you, Elizabeth, by asking you why you decided to join the Boosters board this year. I'm on my way out. I've done 2 years and our kids are all gone, but now you're incoming freshman, incoming blood onto the board. What made you decide to do this?
For me, joining the Booster board is the way to start to give back to the school that sort of started me, and I'm excited for my daughter as she begins her 4 years at the high school and all of the incredible variety of activities that she can choose from. I know that the Boosters support an incredible number of activities at the high school, and I want to make sure that they are available to her and to all the classes after hers as well. Have there been any particular impacts of the Boosters gifts that have struck you in particular?
I think that for me, I with my middle child having been so deep into all of the music end of things, working with Matt Bufus and his entire team, the marching band stuff, absolutely amazing. Jazz Fest, both of those having benefited from some support from the Booster Club, and then the energy of the parents as well. That's probably where I saw it the most. But as you're on this board and you start seeing where the allocations are going, and you're looking at big stanchions for coaches to be able to see the field either for marching or for football from 25 feet up, that's a part of it. And I'll tell you this one, Elizabeth, my youngest, who just finished, started up the Dungeons and Dragons and Dunkin' Donuts. So it was the 4D club. because they thought they could get some free donuts out of it. But they got some funding from the boosters to be able to pay for more sets of dye and things like that. So I mean,
That's
just
great.
being able to see all the nooks and crannies, not just the big stuff, but the small things that boosters can support.
Well, I think one of the things that I noticed right away after I joined the board was this idea that the boosters would not just support athletics. And I think maybe in our area, we're the only booster club that goes beyond that realm of athletic support. So it's the clubs, it's the arts, it's theater, it's music, lots of groups that are aimed towards inclusion and diversity and equity. And so all of these things make our presence as an organization so important for the high school, because the more fledgling the activity, the more support they need to get it off the ground. And I think this year more than ever before, having had kids stuck at home, now as we bring our kids back to campus, it's more important than ever that they have all of the things they need to make their activities successful and robust and interesting, so that we can graduate kids that have explored things that interest them.
What do we need then? What is it that we're here for? We talk about all of this. What is it that we need from everybody who is watching this right now, for anyone who's connected at all with the school in any way? What are we trying to get to tonight, Elizabeth?
Well, we are aiming to raise $80,000 this weekend. And we are bringing you an event that is free to everyone. All of the parts of our event, from the podcast that you hopefully participated in with Evanston Rules, to our evening tonight, to our pop-up tomorrow at Temperance. Everything is free. We want our community to be engaged and present as much as possible. And we want you to help us raise money for all these activities.
So you do that by going to boosters2021.givesmart.com. Okay, boosters21.givesmart.com is where you can make a donation. And honestly, we've been very fortunate, grateful every day, that this community has been able to meet our goal, and quite frankly, a lot of the goals of the Evanston Township High School staff and faculty. We've been able to meet the Boosterpalooza goal every year. We've been able to get it done. And so we really hope we can get there. And is it $1? We'll take that $1. If it's $5,000, great, we'll take that too. We'll might need an extra wagon, that's fine. But that's what we're looking for. Quite frankly, part of what we're looking for is the engagement, is for you to be connected, is for you to say, I'm putting something into this. And if all you have is your time, connect with us, because we can find ways to use your time. But tonight, it's about boosters2021.givesmart.com. Well, we want to see everybody tomorrow at Temperance from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And Elizabeth, I know you'll be there. We'll be there together, hanging around. Be part of tonight, be a part of tomorrow, and continue to be a part of this outstanding community that we have that supports arts, supports clubs, and supports athletics at Evanston Township High School.
Joining the Boosters is joining the legacy of Evanston Township High School. Every kid who has a chance to explore their passions, their interests, through extracurricular activities, do so because of your generosity. And we are so grateful for your contribution and your presence with the Boosters, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Have a great night, and thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, my name is Nick Bellios. I'm an ETHS board member and here with Tim Fodor, who's the recipient of the 2020-2021 Crystal Lee Award. few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of announcing the winner at the all-staff ceremony. And Tim, it was a pleasure for me to be able to present at the ceremony and announce you. And today, the formality of presenting you with your own Crystal Lee Award. And I'd like to present you with this award. And $500 is donated to the athletic department in your name for use with your water polo team. So we certainly recognize, appreciate your commitment to the students and to the water polo and just the growth and development of all the students here at ETHS.
So I'm really honored that the parents and students would choose me for this award, and I'm just very grateful to be honored like that. So thank you.
You're welcome.